What's going on, y'all? So Loopcloud 6 is here. Loopmasters has announced Loopcloud 6, and this is a huge update from Loopcloud 5 for the sample-based sound library platform here. And I'm going to show you some of the new features that are now available in Loopcloud 6. So first thing is there is a new theme available. If we go under preferences, we previously just had dark and light, but now we have this new neutral dark theme that I really like. Next thing you'll notice here is we have add samples up here in the upper right, and this just makes it easy for you to add your own samples into Loopcloud. And speaking of adding your own samples, we now have, I go to my library here, we now have tags for your own samples that you import into Loopcloud. And going along with tags, we also have colored tags now that you see here. Over here on the right, we have a show detailed results, which is going to put it into this view, which makes it easier to sort through if you want to look through specific genres or instruments here. It makes it easier to do it in that view. There's also been 3 new effects that have been added. So this sample I've got here, I'm going to go to add an effect to it. And we now have tone box, EQ, and compressor. Kind of crazy to think that EQ and compressor hasn't been here previously, but we have it now. Let's first take a look at the compressor. Let's do snap and pop preset. Okay, a little aggressive. I can hear the compression there, but very easy to use, simple to use compressor. We just have speed and the amount here. Next effect, let's look at the EQ. Just do add some air. And we've got a 4-band parametric EQ here. Pretty simple and straightforward. And lastly, we have tone box. Let's go with on my radio. And let's take a look at some of the options we have under here. So we've got drive and cabinet. And let's do saturation. We'll just go through just a few of these here. Okay, so that's it for the new effects. Let's take a look at some of the new export features we have available now. So you'll see that the export icon changed here now. You can now just click this and it's going to download the sound, and it's now copied to the clipboard where you can then paste it in your DAW. If we click this gear icon, we now get some more options. We have the option to do current mix, original file, process current track, process separate files, or the original separate files. And we've got an advanced option here where you can normalize it if you want. Also place these files into a custom folder. And this is a new feature that's really nice. Dragging hides Loopcloud. So what this does is I can click and hold this. Loopcloud is going to hide itself, allow me to drop this in the DAW, and then Loopcloud will come back. So, and also, I'm thinking about it too, new in the plugin here, we have this icon now to open the Loopcloud app. And lastly, I've saved the best for last here, which is the coolest feature to me in Loopcloud 6 is now, if we go to library here, we now have this match. And what this does is, if you click on this, we now have the option to find harmonic matches, rhythmic matches, and find similar sounds. I'm just going to go to harmonic matches here. And it's going to use a jam hook here, artificial intelligence. It's going to search the library and find some sounds that's going to match it harmonically. And here you go. And let's go back and do rhythmic. And you can see the tab up there will say that as well. Rhythmic matches. The previous one said harmonic matches. And the last one we had was find similar sounds. All right, and there you go. So there's a look at some of the new features. There is more, but that's just a look at some of the new features in Loopcloud 6. I've got a link in the description if you want to check it out or learn more about it. Any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite you to check out my podcast, the Faders Up Podcast, where we discuss pro audio and beyond. We discuss everything from recording to gear to the music business. So if you're an audio engineer, songwriter, recording artist, music producer, this podcast is for you. We recently started season 2, and we're going to have a lot of listener questions on this season, as well as some really cool guests that's lined up and giveaways as well. So if you've already subscribed and followed the podcast, thank you. If you haven't, it's available on all platforms, and I encourage you to check it out. Also, rate it and review it and let us know what you think.